Nah, I
Double
just came
Read,
on
the
to do a
Rap
show.
on Wrestling podcast. We was having a nice little debate before we started. So as my brother Ari reminded us, we got to save it for the pod. So we are about to get into it right now. We got Nick 816, E Will, Spiff TV, Ari, and making his return back to back episodes. I got Gats. How you doing, my brother?
I'm well, man. I'm well. Thanks for having me back, man. First time was great, so running it back.
We had to bring Gas back to help out E Will because he said we always triple teaming him. He said we the new Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman on him.
I ain't say all that.
so
More like the Mexicools, but it's all good.
Damn, crazy.
so we had to bring it back.
Let's do.
It was too much. It was so much. I ain't gonna say too much. It was so much going on
Oh
a
yeah.
Sunday yesterday.
Yeah. Why Booker T's face was like, yeah, yeah, do
Oh,
it.
do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Oh shit.
Nah, it was perfect, man. Sunday for me especially, I had like four screens going. I had the Mets and Dodgers on one phone. I had the Knicks and Pacers on another phone. On the TV, I had Double or Nothing, and on the computer, I had NXT. Well, do I get points for that? Because I had NXT on the computer and not the television. I had AEW on my TV.
I guess, you know.
Yo,
You-
man, them boys made them free throws. Them free throws was clutch.
Finally, right? Like they had to get their whole self together, man. It was crazy. It was
Whoop
just
that
eh,
trick.
so let's start with Double or Nothing. It started off first of all, Double or Nothing. E Will,
yes, sir.
I love you, man, but AEW gave us a marathon last night. I think it started at like the pre-show was like 7 and the actual pay-per-view was over at like midnight, 12. No, it was over at
It's
12:30. It
all
was
30.
over. They was man, them boys kept them people in there for a long time. It was like a festival, but I definitely got to give props to the audience, the live audience at AEW because
What don't y'all understand about what I say? They cater to their fans. These long pay-per-views are nothing new. They're new to people who don't normally watch the show. So if you don't watch the show, it's a marathon for you.
nah, I watched the
That's all
show.
I got to
Listen, bro.
say.
Listen,
Nah.
bro.
If you watch the
You see this?
pay-per-views, they're
You see
modeled
But
at
this?
the
what?
New
But
Japan
yo,
pay-per-views.
Man,
They're
bro.
long.
the
You
word
see this chair?
marathon
I,
don't
I
mean.
was at Double or Nothing 2 years
Listen,
ago, bro. I
the word
know.
marathon is not a shot.
He's triggered,
Listen,
man. He's triggered.
they model their pay-per-views after the international New Japan style pay-per-views, the Mexican style pay-per-views along as well. Only in America they give you 2.5, 3.5 hour pay-per-views. So let's come on now.
Yeah, but marathon is not a shot.
Okay, let's go.
It was so. Let me ask the guys. Let me ask y'all. Do y'all prefer the the 2.5 to 3 hour pay-per-views, or do you like the 5.5 hour pay-per-views?
Nah.
Somewhere in the middle. It's somewhere in the middle. Like I mean, I watched the AEW product. I watched the WWE product, and we was talking about it before the podcast started. Like the WWE, well, I would love to have like one more match on a lot of these PLEs I feel like it'd be complete. And with AEW, like man, I love the fact that you get so much wrestling, but it's just tiresome. It's tiresome every single time. So somewhere in the middle.
The Japanese people don't get tired, dog.
Oh,
Hey.
they don't, man. They don't.
Oh
You
wow,
know.
that's big. Yeah, I definitely agree with Gats, man. That's what we was talking about before the pod. Right there in the middle, man. WWE, we feel like it should be one, maybe two more matches. AEW joint, maybe two to three too many matches. But it's explosive. The AEW pay per view is explosive all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So um, it's tough to say who you would take off of the card to make it a drop it a couple of matches because they're all explosive, man. I enjoyed the whole pay per view, so it's tough. But I would say somewhere in the middle, man.
I mean, yeah, the anarchy. The joint was dope. The joint was dope. There was just a couple things, you know what I'm saying? Like the crates in the back just destroying like wood. The metal tough. They could have done that shit dope though. Like the crates in the back and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could tell that it was fucking made of fucking wood when Hobbs went over and then he shook it and then the shit just fucking disintegrated. You could have like cut it right and re-glue that bitch and it could have been, you know what I mean? That's the only thing. He will's not a shot, bro.
I'm not saying that.
He
I'm
will.
with you.
What
So
you think of that? Like when the Cesaro throw was dope. It was like, oh shit, he hit a speaker or some shit. Boom. Then when he went to the other thing, the fucking the fucking traveling totes. We seen that it was fake, made out of wood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind long pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? Because I like wrestling. Like, why am I going to complain about you giving me what I want? So I don't have a problem with it. But again, their fans don't have a problem with it, and they cater to their fans. So if you're complaining about it, then
You're
it's
not a
not for you.
fan,
No, you
motherfucker.
can be a fan, but it's not. It's just not for you. It's not for you. Go back to
Uh,
watching 3 hour pay-per-views with 20-minute entrances, video recaps and stuff you just saw the day before. Just go ahead and do all that
Damn.
then.
I don't
Damn.
know,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Go
I
through the
don't
Gatsy,
rush
know.
matches. Go through the
Gax,
rush matches.
he's very triggered, man. He's
Very
very
triggered.
triggered.
I
Um,
mean, you ain't heard a album from an artist that you like that was too long?
Nah, nah,
what?
Double CDs, dog.
nah. If it's just songs on it I don't like, it's songs I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But
I
that don't
mean,
mean
it's
that
too
it's too long.
long.
It's what they decide to put out there and present to me. So what I'm gonna complain about?
No, but sometimes you can have an album that they put too many tracks. It's like, damn, did you just throw these just to throw these on? You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
It's
Shout out, he
cool,
knows
but
more
you
about
could,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with having a nice, concise Illmatic. Ain't nothing wrong with having a nice, concise Illmatic. Now, could I have used a couple of more records on there? Yeah, but giving them something nice, concise, straight to the point,
I just think it just depends on
nourishing.
your preferences. That's all. It's just preferences.
Nick, what you think, Nick? You back there? What you think? You like the long pay-per-views or somewhere around that 3 hour mark?
I like the happy mediums. I don't mind it. I mean, I can't sit still for too long, but happy medium. As long as it's entertaining, though.
And that's the thing with them. Like they don't never have bad pay-per-views, no matter how long they are. So I've I've yet to see a bad one. So I don't know.
Man, so this history too. Trick Williams made history by winning the
TNA.
TNA belt on a WWE fight. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Nah,
Talk about it.
Well,
Talk about it.
Trey, we're gonna get back
Oh
to
yeah.
NXT. Let's finish with AWA. First of all,
My bad, yeah, my bad. I didn't jump out of that AEW. Where we gonna start?
nah,
Are we gonna go through all the matches? Or are we just gonna
well,
go through the top matches?
I think we'll go
All
through the top
25
match.
matches? Damn.
Twenty five.
We're gonna go through all
How
25.
about we just skip it all together and just do WWE? You understand?
Yeah, man.
Nah,
I,
we gonna
I,
do
I,
I fuck.
we gonna
Listen
do
to me. I got mad
I-
friends that wrestle at AEW. I
I'm
fuck
sure
with
they can use some more rubbing tugs. You understand what I'm saying? So go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and get to it.
we gonna
Say
give
his name and he will
a shine,
appear.
man. We gonna give him a shine, man.
Let's go.
I believe.
Wait, let me ask you, am I freezing up? Because I'm seeing Gats and Spiff freezing up, but is that me
I mean, yeah,
freezing up?
your shit doesn't look legend, but I
Yeah,
guess it's recording internally, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
it's
it'll be all right.
continuous. Yeah, it's saying it's continuously recording. We're good. But yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
from your phones, right? So it's good.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, let me just log off. I'll log back on. Give me 30 seconds.
You and Nick are real
Yeah,
small.
but yeah, Nick and E, yeah, he real small on my left side, like on the little strip on the left.
Yeah, it does. It pushes everybody out for some reason. But
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
y'all like when I'm looking at y'all on the computer, y'all good.
But I'm saying, Nick, it records like our phone is recording us through
Yes,
where it's crispy, even
right.
though the signal might be bad or whatever for everybody else,
Facts.
it's still
Yeah,
crisp. Yeah,
because I get all
Mm,
y'all's ISOs. Like we
yeah,
pull.
yeah,
We,
yeah,
yeah, we good.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, we could just do the top matches of the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Anarchy joint,
The
the
Mark
the Tony
Briscoe
Storm, the Briscoe and
bullshit.
Windex.
Windex, bro. That's why I don't shave my head bald, bro. For that reason, dog. Like I don't shave it. Just straight buzz it.
Get that baldy, man. Don't be
Yeah,
scared
yeah,
of it,
yeah.
man.
Briscoe was fucking leaking.
Y'all can hear me and
Yeah,
all of that.
Mm,
Y'all can hear me.
yeah. You look better now. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's in the little box now. They put him in the purgatory little John. I got him in the little John.
We
Yeah.
back. So first match, the Owen Hart Cup, Mercedes Monet versus Jamie Hayter. There was the opening match. The crowd was hot. It was fans chanting for Jamie. A lot was chanting for the CEO. It was pretty even. A nice little back and forth. One of my favorite spots in the match was Jamie gave Mercedes a super kick. Mercedes came right back with that knee to the face. It was almost like a receipt. They took it to
Yeah.
the outside. There was a part in
What do
the.
you mean? It was almost like a receipt, or it was a receipt?
I guess it was a receipt, man. To be honest with you,
It was
because
stiff,
it felt
It
it
was
felt
stiff.
yeah, it looked
Yeah.
stiff. It looked stiff. It looked
but
stiff.
didn't she? Yeah, but Mercedes ended up like dropping this girl on her neck, right?
Nah, I don't want to say they dropped
No.
it on the neck. She's the one who gave she gave her the haterade. That was.
I saw something. I need to send it to y'all.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter gave Mercedes the tombstone.
Yeah.
Giving her that haterade. There was a to actually win the finish. They went for over 30 minutes to start the match. I thought it was a good technical match, and Mercedes to win the match, she countered with a DDT, won it, and then she just ran out the she just ran out the ring all the way going towards the back where they had the trophy on the table set up. What did y'all think? I'm gonna start with you, Will. What did you think about this opening match? Mercedes actually said, "I'm the greatest, the best to ever do it." Afterward,
It was a great opening match. My homeboy was there. They wasn't. He said he wasn't expecting it to open the show, and but the crowd was happy by the end of the match. Mercedes looked good. Jamie looked good. Just a great match overall. Very entertaining too.
yeah. Ari, how you feel
Oh
about it?
yeah.
It's nothing bad I could say about the CEO. I'm a big fan of the CEO, Sasha Banks, WWE, CEO, AEW. Doesn't matter. She's putting on great matches. Um, correct me if I'm wrong. Did she get a belt at the end for winning? Did she get another
Yeah.
belt?
You get the Owen
Yes.
belt.
The
Yeah, yeah.
belt, the
So
Owen belt. Yeah.
yeah, so I think that's dope. That adds to her Infinity Stones that she's collecting. So
A belt
Mm,
collector.
word. So we'll
mhm.
see if Tony joins the next one up.
Yeah, but by
Oh
winning
yeah.
that excuse me, by winning that Owen Hart Cup, she is now the number one contender to face Tony Storm, who actually won her match. But I don't want to skip to Tony too quick. Gats, what did you think of Mercedes and Jamie Hayter?
Man, I really enjoyed the match. Might be the match of the night for me.
Hmm. Okay.
Um,
Mm.
Honestly, I really think they went out there and made it happen. It was physical. There was a lot of good psychology, um, good pace. Crowd was into it, and I tend to favor a little bit more the technical stuff as compared to the anarchy that we probably going to talk about a little bit later. So for me, it's between them and the main event. I really enjoyed the match though. I think it was solid.
Where does this where does this, I should say, put Mercedes right now in the women division besides obviously being the number one contender? Is she the top woman in AEW right now?
I think as a overall package, maybe. I prefer Tony's character work. Um, and I think that Tony probably has the best gimmick in the business. Honestly, the way that she executes. But we'll see. We'll see what their match is like in Texas.
Has she lost any matches?
In AEW, I don't think she's
No,
been pinned.
no.
Nah,
Yes,
she hasn't
you
been
know, but
pinned yet.
she got creative control, so I don't think she's ever gonna get pinned. You know what I'm saying?
They
So
asked her about that, and she said that Tony never said anything about her losing yet. So
we see.
I
Interesting.
mean,
I like it though. I like her
Must see.
being this unstoppable force. I feel like there's been times when AEW have brought people over, and they invested a lot of money into them, and they didn't really build them up to be like this person. Like I wanted to see them build Malachi Black up a little bit more. I wanted to see them build
mm,
Penta and some of these other people to be the superstars. But sometimes, even with CM Punk, when CM Punk came over, and I'm not saying that's all AEW fault. There was criticism about Punk being out of shape and different things like that. But I felt that his presence could have been a lot bigger in AEW as well. Now they have done fantastic jobs, like bringing in Mox. Mox he's the world champion right now. He's a dominant force. So, but I do like the treatment that Mercedes is getting. Like I think when you have somebody that has headlined a WrestleMania and they come to another organization, I'm not saying that they have to win every match, but you got to build them up to be a main event superstar. And I like the fact that she didn't win the women's heavyweight championship right away. Like they've been building up to this point, and they've been building Tony simultaneously. So I am giving AEW props. They're doing it right as far as this women division. I think they're doing it really well. Um, since we talked about Tony Storm, let's get to Tony Storm. She defended her title against Mina Shirakawa. Am I saying that right, E Will?
Oh yeah.
Um, I wasn't really too familiar with Mina, but she could go. She could definitely go. I thought they had some fun spots where she's jumping on Tony's valet, and she definitely was ascending that top rope. She kept taking it to the sky to begin the match. She had a myriad of off the top rope moves. At the end, Tony won with a pop. She won with a pile driver, and the ladies locked lips. I've never seen that at the end of a match, but the ladies actually kissed.
Welcome to AEW, right, E Will?
They
Yep.
kissed right in the middle of the ring to end the match, and it looked like she was actually doing some type of worship thing with Tony. That kiss must have been, Tony might have tasted delicious to Mina, because she did some type of worship thing at the end, right? Did y'all see that where she was like holding her legs, and
All
she was doing the
right.
Stan Van Gundy,
Damn.
I'm not the Stan Van Gundy, the Jeff Van Gundy. Gas, did you catch that? Did you catch that at the end?
I did. It was crazy, but it's Tony's character, man. She's a little unpredictable, a little wild. Um, And they had, there was a lot of lore in this match going into it based off of what Mina, Tony, and Mariah May were going through and all that jazz. So, good match, really solid work, and it got me hyped for the inevitable Mercedes Tony match. So, see how that play out.
Mhm.
Ari, did you get a chance to check this one?
Oh yeah, baby, I was locked in. I was
Okay,
locked in.
okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match, man. I don't think anything surprised me on this whole pay per view, other than the last match that we'll get into. But I wasn't shocked by any outcome to the match except for the last one. But I'm just ready to see Tony and Mercedes see what's going on.
I like it. I like it. Will, what was your thoughts?
It was a fire match. Mina is dope. She brings that like wild. I can't explain her energy, man, but I was enjoying her in Stardom and overseas, and glad that she signed over here, and American get to see how talented and dope she is. So that was a great match to me.
I hope they, they really invest in it. They really invest in it. They really keep her. I'm talking about Mina. Like, just don't let her just fade to the jobber, side. Don't let her just be like an opening match. Like, I really want to keep her in that women's title hunt. I think she's a fantastic worker. Um, so Mercedes is going against Tony July 12th. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you, man.
Plus,
You know what's so
Bless you,
crazy?
bless
Thank
you.
you so much. I never had allergies. I already could attest to this. I never had allergies before in my life. I come down to the south. I like once or twice a year. I get bad allergies, man. Where I'm just like, man,
Texas
just
crazy
just
over here.
out of it. But um,
Same here, bro.
Tony Storm, Mercedes, July 12th. All in Texas. What are the early predictions? I'm gonna start with you, Smith.
AEW early predictions on what match?
Mercedes versus Tony Storm at
I
All
mean,
In.
she's gonna win.
Who's gonna win?
Dude, it's
Mercedes?
already. Does she got to? Yeah, Mercedes gonna win. Does she have to drop any belts if she wins that,
She ain't
or
got
she
to
could
drop
keep
no
keeping?
belts. She could keep them all.
Thanos.
She could keep all the belts, and then what? She just defend each one by one.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
Hmm.
gonna get the belt and be the belt collector. You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
it.
Tony loves her. You know what I mean?
I
And
like
keep
it.
with that whole shit of her with all the belts, like you like.
Yeah,
And I do think that at some point in time, Jamie is the person that beats her. Bring it back full circle.
I think
Hmm.
she's gonna have a Roman Reigns type run. Maybe not 4 years, but I think we're gonna see it with that belt for at least a year or two, at least a
And
year or
if it's
two.
legit, and if she got legit creative control, it's like the Hulk Hogan vibe. Hogan's like, nah, I'm not dropping the belt to y'all. Y'all good. I'm good.
Hey, I do think when I think Mercedes definitely gonna take that because Tony don't need the belt to be over. But I do think not Jamie Hayter. I do think Athena's gonna be the one to take it off Mercedes.
Mm, mm.
So
Like it. Nick, what do you
I
what
yeah.
do you
like
think?
that.
Mercedes versus Tony at All In.
Double M, of course. She gonna take the W.
Oh yeah.
I think that's pretty much the consensus. Ari, I know how you feeling.
I, I'm torn, man. I like both of them. I like both of them, but man, is this going to be a no disqualification match? Like, what if somebody runs in? Do we get a no? Do we get a DQ?
I think
Sasha, I
it's a
mean,
regular
Mercedes
match.
wins, but Tony keeps the belt type of ordeal.
Yeah, if it's a DQ, the champion keeps the belt on the disqualification and a count out.
I'm gonna go with that route, man. I just can't see Mercedes just having every single belt uh, with that many women in the division. You know what I'm saying? But I think Mercedes wins the match, but Tony keeps the belt. But somebody runs in and it interferes.
Mm. I think Mercedes gonna take it. I think they've been building her up. She's gonna get the all in, and because it don't look like nobody taking that belt off Moxley. We'll get to that soon too, but we got to see some type of big championship change. So I'm gonna go with Mercedes. I like what she's doing. Big up to her. They had a stretcher match, which was actually an ambulance match. Um, how you had to win the match was you had to beat your opponent down so brutally. You had to put him on a stretcher, roll the stretcher to an ambulance that was all the way in the back of the arena, and put him in the ambulance and close the door. So it was a combination of a stretcher match and an ambulance match. I'm kind of feeling that we might be seeing the same type of match with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest whenever Drew gets back. But it was Ricochet against the Briscoe brother, which was they had my man bleeding like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And when Briscoe bleeds, it looks even more crazy because he doesn't have like the hair is crazy. He doesn't have any teeth. And this dude is just a wow man. It didn't start off bloody, but it definitely got there. It started off actually with a little bit of comedy into it. He brought out this bucket and he has Ricochet in a headlock, and he has all of these cleaning agents, as my man Lloyd would say, calls them cleaning agents. And he starts spraying my man Ricochet bald head and shining it up. Um, but damn, it wasn't too long after that Ricochet got the bloody hand, and they had this guy just leaking. He was bleeding so bad that he had to use his T-shirt to um to wipe his face because he just couldn't stop bleeding.
It's crazy how much the forehead bleeds, right? Just a
Wow.
little. And he did it good too, where you can't really tell where he gigged himself or cut,
Yeah,
got
the
gave himself
trauma of the
color.
stretcher. You saw him. Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't see it, man. But they was
yeah.
he had him bleeding like a what they say like a cut pig. They
It's stuck pig.
stuck
Stuck
pig.
pig.
My man was gone, man. Ricochet ultimately he used his scissors, which I have some viewpoints on that, which I talk about soon. But he used the scissors. He stabbing my man with the scissors. Briscoe had his own scissors, but it wasn't enough. I think Ricochet hit a spirit gun to win, put him in the ambulance. It was over. Nick, what did you think about this blood fest?
Crazy, man. I was barbecuing at the same time, so I'm like running between my garage and outside, and then like I heard him like say he's leaking, and then I was just man, it was I was over there burning my burgers, man, because I was just like so locked in at that point. It was good, man. It had me locked in. Like you said, just the blood and everything just made that it just intensified it even more. Um, it was a good little match, yeah.
Was talking about this on the phone a little bit, man, and I was just saying like I don't have no problem with the blood and all of that. I think it's cool, but I just feel like they doing this whole scissor thing just a little bit
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
Like
I don't like the scissor. The I don't ever like the fork. I get the fork is classic. You know what I'm saying? Abdullah the Butcher vibes. But like, it's like, what are you gonna do with the scissors? Like, you gonna you just use the tip, or you gonna stick the shit inside his head, New Jack style? I stabbed it 7 times.
yeah, I think it's too much. I think it's and not for nothing, man. I don't want to sound like the old guy, but and I know we see so many wild things in wrestling, but I just with the scissors and kids watching it, I just ain't with it. I don't like the scissors at all, man.
The pizza cutter, you don't like the pizza
I
cutter?
don't like the pizza cutter. Like that's a steel chair.
Nick Gage vibes.
Yeah,
Hey, did you not see Chris Jericho's interaction with the kid? Their fans don't care. I- You can't put WWE standards on their company. That's it.
Yeah, the
That's
kids
it.
the kids that watch listen, the kids that watch AEW, they watch horror movies. Okay,
Hey,
they watching they
like
watching Scream
in the nineties,
and the
like
Terrifier.
in the nineties, you know what I'm saying? WWE was cool. It was great. But ECW provided a nice alternative. You know what I
Love
mean?
it,
You
man.
got the same
I
thing.
love it. I'm just saying.
Mm.
I just to me, I just think the scissors. I don't know. I think the scissors is poor taste for me, for me. But E Will, what did you think of the match though?
I thought the match was great.
Mark Briscoe.
Again, it made me think about rest in peace Jay Briscoe. Made me think about his brother and some of the legendary super bloody matches they've had together over the years. And Mark Briscoe, man, he's a gem, man. He's a I can't explain him, but he can fit into any company. He's one of those guys, and I think he's very appreciative. I think the fans appreciate all the work he puts in because he got tore up yesterday, man. Man,
Yeah.
he looked like he looked like a bloody tampon yesterday, man.
God
It looked bad,
damn.
man.
God
Yeah,
damn.
it looked
Sheesh.
it looked bad
that
yesterday.
that that
So,
shit was wet. Pause.
oh yeah,
There was
that shit was
there
different.
was there was a there was a really great moment in the match when Ricochet had Ricochet had Mark Briscoe laid out on the stretcher at the side of the ring. He goes for the shooting star press and he missed. And then Mark Briscoe kind of lays Ricochet on the side of the put him on the stretcher and gives him the bang bang, the Cactus Jack, pays homage to Cactus Jack and drops that elbow on Ricochet. I thought it was dope, and you can see Mark Briscoe
He
was
did
using.
a couple homages, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He
he
did a
was paying it
Sabu.
to Sabu, to his brother.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was fantastic. Gas, what did you think?
I mean, I have such conflicting feelings towards Ricochet right now. And his character, his gimmick, it's like it's kind of like he's kind of a cornball, but at the same time, like he's doing the best work he's done on the mic and everything of that nature. So WWE style, he really wasn't cutting it. So the match itself was good. Um, it's hard. It's sometimes with certain blood and guts elements for matches, and this is like really just kind of across the board from all the things I've watched over my life. But I didn't mind it in this match because sometimes I feel like the violence got to be deserved, and they got to do something for the person that's doing the violence and the person who's taking it. So I think it fit, and it was cool. I rock with the match.
Yeah, I do think when I see a match like this, the stretcher match, Ricochet and Mark Briscoe, it kind of takes me back a little bit how WWE was trying to build up Hunter as more of a tough, give him a little tough persona. He had to have that street fight with Mick Foley at the Royal Rumble to kind of show that he does have this vicious side. So Ricochet, I think, is an incredible talent. Um, whatever you think about his promos or whatever, um, he does have great talent in that ring. I think it's ironic too. You were saying it wasn't working out for him with WWE. I'm like, damn. What if Ricochet would have just waited a few more months now that they have all of this AAA talent coming in? Like, I wonder, like, how him and some of these guys from AAA would have did, even Ricochet and Penta, even Ricochet and Ray Phoenix. They did. WWE did waste them though. I will say that they wasn't making the most out of the guy's talent. And how far do you see him going in AEW, Ari?
Who, Ricochet?
Ricochet, yeah.
I think he's right at I think right at the mid card. I think he's right at what he's supposed to be doing. He wasn't even doing that in AEW. I mean, in WWE. So I like. At first, I didn't like that he went to AEW, but I like the work that he's doing because even with those guys coming over to WWE, he would have just been losing to them. So you know what I mean. I like that he's in AEW, and you don't know if he's going to win or lose, and the work that he's putting in. I like it, man. I dig it. I don't like the scissors. Um, you know, I have young kids. My son, his favorite wrestler, getting like liking wrestling. Like his first favorite wrestler was Ricochet. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason he started watching wrestling. I can't allow him to watch Ricochet in AEW with the work that he's doing. So that's my only knock on it. Now for adults,
What he
you
does?
know,
He does the scissor me daddy thing.
oh nah, just with the stabbing of the scissors and stuff like that. It's
Okay,
a
you're
lot
saying
of
okay.
blood.
I'm not saying like hardcore.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a little much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I dig the work that he's doing, man. The cat that he was facing, I don't know if it's just me, but he reminds me of a bushwhacker that can actually
Yeah.
wrestle. Like
Well,
that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Bushwhacker was in Tampa too,
he
huh?
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
He
but
was. Look at Jimmy
it's
Hart.
crazy to me, but to lose that much blood, man, and still be wrestling, I know you got to get lightheaded at some point. So kudos to him, man. Just able to put on the match, like losing that much blood. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
most
That's
something about
right.
the forehead that you could get a lot of blood out of you. There's not like
Word.
too
That's crazy.
crazy. Yeah, the forehead bleeds.
That's
profusely.
crazy.
He had
Yeah.
more than the crimson mass. Like that blood. Like did y'all see?
Yeah.
Did y'all catch that? It was like the stretcher itself was actually soaked. It was like a huge blood. It was like a puddle of blood
Yeah,
on the
Ricochet
stretcher.
Yeah.
had blood all over himself. They just had a
Nah,
The
Yeah.
Instagram post is crazy. Yeah.
it was crazy.
Hey E, did you see that the spot in there where Ricochet was talking to the guy in the crowd? He was like,
Uh-huh.
yo, what you doing here? This this the other wrestling. What you doing here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was funny.
I like that. I think Ricochet's character now is just a throwback to before he signed to WWE. He had all the moves, but he also did a lot of comedy stuff. If you watch a lot of his old matches, like him and Swerve got into a dance battle in the middle of a match. So
Damn.
yeah, like
yeah,
Ricochet, pre WWE was goofy like that and bit of a cornball, but that's kind of what made the character kind of dope too. So I'm happy to see him back at it.
I mean, he was cool in NXT. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's different. It's like always they have like a dope vibe in NXT, and then when they come up, they try to change it, or the guys have them try to change it. You know,
yeah,
Yeah, I think they need to keep it like NXT. I think they need to keep them with the same vibe when they go to the main roster because, it's not like it's a different company. Like it's all in the same company. So we getting used to seeing you a certain way, and
like
like even
what's
in
his
NXT they be
name?
changing people's name. Like just let's keep them with the same name. Like sometimes they change
What's
people's name.
what's his name that came from NXT, and then Vince put him in like the gladiator suit? What's his name?
carrying.
Yeah,
Yeah, carry. They
the
did.
carrying cross thing.
They did him dirty.
Real dirty.
Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. D Jack too.
Well, they got him doing all these interviews now with this whole, this whole shoot angle.
hey, never don't forget.
He's a Ring of
Vince
Honor
said
guy.
Vince saw Keith Lee dominating NXT and said we're gonna change his name to Bearcat Lee.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anarchy in the arena. Let's start by we was having a big debate and E Will took a little offense to it, but our question is why the hell did they start off playing the Pointer Sisters? I'm so excited. Out of all songs, you could have played All About the Benjamins, you could have played Quiet Storm, You could have played.
I mean, I think that their thing is like, they're crazy. They're so excited. The blood, the anarchy, right? E?
I
They
guess.
they excited
So
for it. I
I'm
don't, you
sure
know.
I'm sure y'all don't know, but pre WWE, Swerve used to come to the ring to that song or Shaka Khan's "Ain't
You know
Nobody."
about it, but
So
but
At
it's
what
not
when he was in the
set
Indies? When he was in the Indies or at AEW?
when
in
he
the
was in the
Indies.
indie,
Okay.
You- But that's cool for an entrance. That's cool for an entrance. Like I'm with it. Like yeah,
it's
that's fine.
anarchy. It's not supposed to make sense. Like, do
Nah,
you understand what I'm
man.
saying?
If anarchy, if
They
so,
play
anarchy.
fighter.
When we
They
bring it,
play fighter. They play
when we
fighter the
bring it down, all
bumblebees
right.
for.
When we bring it down, anarchy, like the real thing of like, okay, no government, no rules, we blowing shit up. If
Let's
the
see.
world coming to an end and I'm doing drills on the government, I'm not playing the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah.
I'm playing some, I'm playing some
Yeah, we're playing
Styles
like,
P. I'm playing some MOP. I'm playing,
that, or you go if you go rock, you're playing System of a Down,
we
you're
playing
playing a
System of a Down.
Metallica.
We got Deer Dance going. Like we not playing the Pointer Sisters. Kenny Omega was like, change it. Let's.
I did. I ain't say.
Hey, that's what you
He hit
wanted.
the Jay Uso. He was like, yo, run, change that. I need something else. I need something else, Audio Man. The Pointer Sisters.
That was Tony's pick, probably.
He was off the white when he picked
They
that.
they they damn near start doing the Carlton dance when they played that, man. But uh Anarchy in the arena. Hold on, let me break down.
I need to download that update for the game and play it. Is it cool, you will? The Anarchy in the arena mode?
They got the stadium one when they had the stadium stampede. So
Yeah.
and it was fun. It's a different kind of mode.
I gotta try that, John.
So it was the let me bring up all of the teams right now. It was definitely the Ops, Swerve, Kenny Omega, Willow Nightingale, Samoa Joe against the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. This has been building up for weeks. These two factions have been going at it back and forth in different iterations. You know, the Bucks they cost Swerve the belt a few weeks back, which I thought was whack. They've been beating up my girl Willow. It's just been a lot going on. Luckily, Kenny Omega had the presence of mind to tell the DJ to change the record to Bodies by John and Paul, which definitely um, fit more in line with what was going on in the match. Some high spots, I call out some high spots that happened. Hobbs, he threw Yuta off the 100 seats onto the floor. Kenny Omega did a backflip onto some of the Death Riders and the security.
I ain't see Samoa Joe do any cool thing.
Samoa Joe was, you know how they have the MVP of the match. Samoa Joe was the least VP of the match to me. I was surprised. Like this is a match that is handmade for Samoa Joe. First of all, he came out last. I don't know what he was doing. They was trying to. I don't know if he was trying to surprise the people or whatever, but Samoa Joe was really a non-factor to me. I thought Swerve. I thought Swerve and Hobbs on one side with
Swerve with the, he got his special edition
the
Iversons.
Iversons,
So
yeah.
he did his
Yeah.
Young Buck tribute.
He had to showcase those. I thought they were the MVPs on one side, and I thought the Bucks, a tag team specialists, they work well with each other and they work well with the other team members. I thought they were the MVPs on the other side. Nick, what did you think when you saw the match?
I caught the end of it. But from what I saw, yeah, I thought it was dope. I like you said, I was kind of expecting more from Samoa Joe, but from what I got to see back and forth, I enjoyed what I saw. I wish I would have got to see a little bit more, but it wasn't bad. Yeah.
Got you was locked in.
I was locked in. For the most part. I mean, it got a little ridiculous, but it was a fun time. You know, it was a fun match. A lot of cool spots. The Claudio swing that he did on Swerve into the speaker,
That was dope.
into the leaving dive, into the Hobbs spot, like crazy. One wing angel into the exploding table, real clean. Swerve did a great job. I think Joe was probably injured because he wasn't really doing too much, but they were trying to protect him. I liked everything that Willow was doing. It was a good time. It was fun. It was long, but good match. Good match. Good match.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a lot going on. It was supposed to be that way, so I think it did what it was supposed to do. It was a lot of spots in the match. So if you like those big set moves and explosive moves, you definitely got what you wanted in that type of match. I got to go get those Iversons now. It's a wrap. That's where mine is at. Need those.
What?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Thumbtacks not included.
right.
Yeah.
I thought Willow got busy in the match. She was giving me a little bit of hillbilly Jim vibes with the overalls and the hair. I thought she got busy. Um, Swerve he got that double DDT on the concrete. Um, Marina Shafir was beating the hell out of Willow with that frying pan. I like her a lot, man. I think she's a nice little addition, bringing the more sadistic side out of it. I thought the craziest combo was when they had Kenny Omega. He's kind of draped on the top rope, and I don't know which buck. Matt or Nick. I know one hit him with the he kicked him in the back, and he flipped over the rope into the power bomb onto the table on the concrete. Uh, of
Yeah.
course, I didn't like that the Bucks were dressed like colonizers. I needed Shuri from the Black Panther to come out and say something. They was definitely dressed like colonizers, but they do such a great job of trolling. Willow, she got her ear chained to the damn ring post. It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. Will, where do you rank this in the anarchy and the arena matches and your overall thoughts?
How many have there been?
Probably like five, because they had it's the this is this the first anarchy in the arena? Because I know it was before it was Stadium Stampedes. But
Yeah. I mean that type of match where it's like all over the place. Like
yeah, I think they do one every year. But this one maybe top three out of all of them. Um, I like the little things. I like Gabe Kidd interfering. One thing we didn't talk about. I think Samoa Joe's storyline was more with Hook. Hook came
Mm.
out with the assist.
Hmm.
Took out Claudio, and then just walked away. Because they won the championship when he got hurt with Hobbs. So it's something else there. So that's what I was looking at with Samoa Joe, more than anything. But he made his way through the crowd. He whooped some ass, but he ain't do nothing too extreme. I guess he gotta keep it together for Twisted Metal, or
Sweet
or
Tooth.
he got a lot of other voiceover projects and everything outside of AEW going on too. So it was interesting though. Good match. Um like Shah said, the young bucks dressed like colonizers.
Hilarious,
Oh man.
hilarious.
And
I'm surprised
it just
nobody talked about there was towards the end Kenny Omega got a mouthful of thumbtacks and a V trigger. Now that was crazy. I don't know.
And Swerve got did he Swerve got a staple in his
They
tongue.
stapled Swerve's tongue.
mm,
There was
Yeah,
there was a part in there where they had the staple gun where Swerve was just he was just like the
I
just
damn
mean,
popping
yeah,
people.
he was
you
just
just gotta I don't me personally, I don't like those crazy death match matches. You know what I'm saying? It's
mm,
like too much. I'm like, like, the fucking light bulbs and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But the tongue, that shit was crazy. I saw some footage afterwards. He still had it in there.
Yeah, he still
Those
had the
guys love
staple in his
pain.
tongue. Like I was like, man, that gun is. I thought the gun was gimmick, man, because he was stapling people in the nuts. He hit Moxley in the neck with the staple. He stapled a couple people's head. I thought it was gimmick when they stapled him
Yeah,
on the tongue.
I hate that other joint too. Them all them pieces are like a fucking skewers, and then do the skewer thing.
Oh
Shit is
yeah.
fucking the worst.
Yeah,
That's how Swerve got started with backyard wrestling and
Yeah,
CZW. And if you know how CZW is, that's where
Hmm.
Kevin Steen, Tyler Black,
yeah.
anybody else you could think of
That's
went through
Mox,
there.
John Mox. That's all them
Yeah,
hardcore guys.
that's that hardcore craziness. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Nah, it was wild, man. It was really wild. Even then, Mark Briscoe came back out, and to see him come back out, and the guy did not wipe the blood off his face. Like his face was actually blood stained. Like he didn't. Like he sat there for the whole pay-per-view, just letting the blood dry on his face. Like this guy he's different. He
he's one of them dudes you could tell that like really love the business. Like he one of the people that would probably do it for free if he could. You know what I mean? He it's a lot of work, man.
it was at the end of the anarchy in the arena. It won when Swerve put on his. He had the thumbtacks at the bottom of his new Jordan Iversons. He came down with the stomp to Nick, full of thumbtacks for the 1, 2, 3. Meanwhile, Kenny gave Matt the one winged angel through the exploding table. Um, the good guys won. What do you think the fallout's gonna be for this guys from this anarchy in the arena?
I mean, honestly, I think because Kenny Omega and Swerve, definitely were the standouts as far as their team is concerned. I think it puts them in a conversation of getting to the belt, getting to the big belt. Obviously, Mox loses some momentum going into to All In, and I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself as far as talking about the main event and what that implies, but I think that there's a lot more storylines to have with Hangman as a champion and Swerve going after him and Omega going after him than there is with Mox. So yeah, I think that's what the implications are. Is like we're gonna have a shake up in the main event scene, and then back with what Will was saying. Um, I do think that the Joe and Hook storyline progresses from here as well. I think we're gonna get something from that. Um, yeah, those are my two big takeaways.
I had we talked in previous episodes about Kenny Omega coming back from such a long hiatus. He has been putting on some really great matches. We talked about him and Will Osprey teaming up together, putting on some really dope matches. Kenny's been doing his thing on the single side. How did Kenny look in this Anarchy in the Arena match to you?
Oh, great, great. If it wasn't for Swerve, I would say he was the MVP of the match. And I think
Yeah.
it's a 1A 1B type of thing. So it's he did a great job. Um, I believe what's next for him though is the tournament for the belt. So it look like they're putting on a tournament to see who's the number one contender. Or no, it's going to be fatal four way for that belt, right? For Kenny's belt.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that's intriguing to see who's going to be in that match, fighting him for the belt. And then I'm really intrigued to see what's next for Swerve. Seeing who won, that last match. Uh, I know some people don't like that triple threat type of thing, but I'm intrigued to see what's next for Swerve, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swerve is on point, man. I like it. The main event, after all of that hell and all of that anarchy, shoot, I didn't think there would even be any more matches. I'm like, what the hell could follow that? Of course, you had Don Callis family beating The Paragon, that was a surprise to me. I didn't think that Don Callis family would beat the Paragon, with those guys coming back. The crew that was known as the Undisputed Era NXT. Um, Thoughts on that, E Will?
Yeah, I think I initially picked Paragon to win only because they've been losing a lot lately, but I think that's part of the storyline. I forgot who approached them on I think it was Dynamite and called them soft and you know letting them know about themselves. I think eventually they'll get stronger, but the Callis family, man, Takeshita, he's a beast by himself. I don't know. That was just a great match. And Don Callis he's my number three manager right now.
Number
So
three,
he
who's the top two?
I still got Heyman number one. I got Nana number two, and Don Callis number three. So
Shout out to Prince Nana who was he didn't drive the forklift, but he was dancing on the forklift as Swerve came to make the save for
um,
Hobbs. Swerve did a great spot where he jumped off the top of a pallet which was uplifted off a forklift onto the Young Bucks to save
yeah.
Suave. To save Hobbs, not Suave. That's crazy.
My man Suave, you know what I'm
Suave.
saying?
Yeah. Hurt Business kept the titles too. I don't think anybody is surprised by that. They beat the Sons of Texas. Pretty dominant faction. It was fashion, I should say. It was pretty cool to see MJF come out there with MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Big Bobby Lashley. Nick, what do you think? We saw the first match. It was pretty dominant. Can we expect more dominance from this tandem of MJF joining the Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah, it was dope. But like you said, it was good to see MGF. I even like the highlight when he speared just Dustin through that barricade, man. Just I've always been a big Bobby Lashley fan. To see him and Sammy G team up, they had some good spots, man. It was a good match.
Yes, it looks like MJF is he's starting to make Bobby Lashley like him a little bit. What do you think?
Man, I so this is what I would like to see happen. I would like for this to kind of continue on forth, and MJF gets, his way into the Hurt Syndicate more and more, enamors himself with that, and then we get Prime Cedric Alexander to pop up, and they just let him in with no restrictions. They just bring him in with open arms, and you start that MJF jealousy storyline. That could get us to an MJF Bobby Lashley type of situation. I like the fact that her syndicate have presented how AEW has presented them as these big players, and I like the fact that Shelton and Bobby are on equal footing. They're really shown as equals here, but at some particular point in time, we are going to need to press the button, and we are going to need to put Bobby in the main event type of situation. We are going to need that Bobby and Swerve. We're going to need that Bobby and Kenny Omega. We're going to need Bobby and Hangman, and I think that MJF is a really good catalyst for that because the people who are AEW fans, they know that MJF is a main event caliber player. So I think that's how you get there. So that's what I want to see.
yeah.
E?
Yeah, I'm with you, Gads. I think the whole storyline with MJF and the Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate, is just to introduce Cedric into the fold, give them more profile with the AEW fans. And I think the storyline, I don't think the match, like I'm glad it was the Sons of Texas and not a legit tag team that took that loss because the story of that match to me was MJF's dynamic with Bobby and the Syndicate. And that was the focus of the match to me. That's what so I'm just waiting for Cedric to pop up. That's it. Then it'll get even more
What
interesting.
mean, shoot, I feel like even when Cedric comes in, um, it's enough room. AEW has like about 25 belts. You know, Cedric could go after Kenny Omega. He could go after Okada. He doesn't even have to worry about, any type of in that lane. I think it's so I think the only conflict is gonna happen not with Cedric, but I think it'll happen when Bobby Lashley, like Gas was saying, decides he wants to be heavyweight champion and MJF either has the belt or he's going for that belt. I think that's the only conflict. But right now, there's so many belts that these guys could have, and you know,
Hey, but you got to notice the little things like Hurt Business, all they suits match. Here come MJF with the blues. It's little things like that
yeah,
that's letting me know what's gonna
They all
happen.
wear matching suits
Nah, but they
or the
usually in
same
sync color
color.
wise.
Color.
Yeah, they ain't
Well,
usually in
MJF
sync
is
color
loud.
wise.
He's
nah,
different. You know
they
what I'm
switch
saying?
up color wise sometimes though. It ain't all no
MJF
additional
got,
color.
the texture,
And then
textile.
you also got to look at MJF's history. You know what I'm saying? This all he do is just stab people in the back. You know?
Yeah, but he's scared of them boys.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
He's scared of them. That's right.
Yeah.
Is he
That's
scared or does he know that him and MVP are going to eventually branch
maybe
off and do their
that's the
own
vibe.
thing?
That's the vibe. But it'd be stupid to break them up now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Nah,
know.
they're not. It's going to build. You know, it's definitely going to build up. It's going like Cedric's going to get in the fold. I see another championship or two joining the faction, and that's probably going to cause the friction. So
Yeah.
it's going to be
I
interesting.
think they got to rock for a little while and like really establish their dominance over AEW, and then we'll
Yeah,
start to
because
see
I
the
hate when
chinks
they
in
do that. When they, wrestling, they'll build up a tag team or build up a group, and they be quick to double cross and then break them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
I don't like that
yeah, we
either.
gotta let them
Like
rock a
we,
little bit. The main
yeah.
event, Will Osprey, who has a nice stake to being the best overall wrestler right now. We'll talk about that in the future, but the main event, he fought Hangman Page in the men's division for the Owen Hart Cup. Really fast paced match, especially to start off. They were both going for their signature moves, and the signatures was either being countered or missed. Will went for the eyes cutter. Um, Hangman went for the buckshot. Will went for the hidden blade. They couldn't get those moves off. As the match progressed, it looked like Osprey might have caught a little shoulder injury, but he shook it off. He actually did the Slumdog Millionaire to Hangman. There was a really dope spot where Hangman was draped over the top rope. Will Osprey did a backflip from the ring over the top rope on the Hangman on the floor. It was just so much going on. Um, a lot of counters back and forth. Um, man, it's just so many notes that I have from this match. Um,
The
the
finisher was the
fin-
finish was
yeah, the
crazy.
finisher was crazy. It was a series of
That shit was
counters,
wild.
which ended with Hangman giving Will the buckshot. I think it's like maybe the fourth or fifth buckshot that he gave him during the match.
But it was just dope how that was on both sides. Like he's ready to give his, he's ready to go. Who's gonna get it off first? And that was good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Hangman. They did that twice actually, where they was on
They
both
did.
sides. Yeah, they was
I
on.
caught the last one.
Yeah, they was on both sides of the rings. The first time Hangman gave him the buckshot first when
Mm.
Will was going for the hidden blade. Then the second time Will gave Hangman the hidden blade. There was one dope match part two where they was on the turnbuckles like fighting on that second rope. It looked like Will was trying to give him like a suplex or something off the rope, and Hangman knocked him down, and then Hangman actually gave him the buckshot from the second turnbuckle. Then he gave him the real buckshot how he usually does it, still couldn't pin him. And we talked about this in previous episodes how like these damn finishers are not being protected. Like, you give somebody a finisher like 4 or 5 times. It's like, come
Is
on, man.
that finisher? Well, they're both powerful, but that Will Osprey finisher is like a fucking, that's just like a finish, like for real. Like you can't kick out of that, John.
Nah,
You knocked out.
that was it. That was it. But hey, they kept going. Ultimately, Hangman won. Me and Ari, we talked on the phone like right after it. Hangman wins. He goes to All In to fight Moxley, who's the champion right now for the title. Ari, we had some thoughts about Hangman going over and not Will Osprey. I was surprised by it as you were.
Yeah, I was. I don't think I've witnessed Will lose. You know what I'm saying? Especially straight up. So I was shocked by it. It makes sense storyline wise, but I would think you would put Will over the Hangman. But I'm interested to see where it's gonna go. I thought it was a really good match, very high action. Uh, I think any match with Will, you could put him in there with a can of paint, and it might be intriguing. You know what I'm saying? So he's just a great wrestler. So uh, that was a really good match, man. I was really entertained by it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Gats.
I really enjoyed the match. I know I kind of might be going against the grain with a lot of people's opinions, but I thought that Hangman was the person to win the match. Will Osprey, he got a lot in the tank, probably gonna have a long, prosperous career. Um, while I would love to see him and Mox tear it up, like that's not where the story is. Um, that's Death Riders have been kind of in their John Cena era, or John Cena's maybe his Death Rider era of ruining the product in a way of trying to take things over, be top dogs. And I think Hangman having this 2 year storyline of him losing himself and then finding himself again, um, is the better story. There's already history between Mox and Hangman. Like, make it happen. Let's not wait for Darby to get back from Mount Everest. Like, Hangman's the guy. The match itself, wonderful. Outside of the Mercedes match, the other contender for match of the night for me.
Nick, your thoughts.
I didn't get to see it live. I caught it rewatched it this morning, and yeah, it was a very good match, entertaining. Osprey, like y'all said, I mean, that man's crazy in the ring. He can just do so much, and it was an entertaining match from when I got to recap this morning. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
E Will, how do you feel about Hangman being catapulted back to being a main event player? Like Gas was saying, he's been in a serious drought, man. Like he ain't been able to get that product off the streets for in a long time. But you know, the Stringer Bell meme, he said, "Tell him we back up, baby. Hangman is back in it. We back up." How do you feel that he's gonna play as a main event player once again?
Like Gat said, it's just been a part of the storyline. He's been on a different path ever since him and Kenny lost the tag team titles. It goes back even that farther. From that, because he dumped the Dark Order, left him behind, and you seen the gradual change over time. So him winning to me was the right thing storyline wise, because that's been the path that they've been on with Hangman, trying to get him back to that main event status. But Will, man, best wrestler out. This was my match of the night. Um, it had drama, it had everything in it. It was just a great match. Great match.
I think it
Yeah.
says a lot. Oh, go ahead, Smith.
No, I just had a thought. Like it just popped in my head. Being WWE and AEW, they beefing. They, what I mean, they rival promotions. I would sign like the released AEW guys like jobbers and have them jump the rail on Raw, and then have fucking WWE like fucking smash them. That would be fucking crazy.
Like the takeover,
And
but a
it'll
squash.
look like they're it'll look like they're invading, right?
Yeah.
But then they just get squashed.
That's
That'd be crazy,
crazy.
right? I'm just thinking, like,
Nah,
that just popped in my
now
Crazy.
head.
I will say is we haven't seen an invasion angle in a long time. Like
But I'm
it'll
saying
be
not
cool.
since you taking shots at the other company,
Yeah,
you're not signing these guys that AEW let go. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So you bring five in to come work, but then have them jump the rail with hoodies, take them off. They're gonna be like, oh shit, it's AEW. You know what I'm saying? And then they just get squashed.
That would
Dang.
be interesting.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
I want to see. I want
I'm just saying, like in the war, like
yeah.
taking shots. Fucking Triple H in the fucking tank outside of the arena. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
It's an idea.
You know what's so interesting too is that now we are starting to see these events taking place on the same nights, because on the same night that AEW had their match, we had NXT. They had a
Yeah,
PLE.
I saw someone ask Tony at the media thing, like, about them doing the same bookings of their events at the same time.
What did
It's
he
crazy.
what he had to say about that?
He said yeah, it's been happening a lot. So uh,
Okay. Yeah, and
I
he
mean I guess it's strategic shit for the wars. Like, oh, y'all got a pay-per-view that day, we'll do a pay-per-view and have you people come over here. You know what I'm saying? So
even with All In that's happening on July 12th, that's the same day. I think that they're doing the Great American Bash as well as Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia. So
I wonder who if it's legit, like who puts the date out first and then all of a sudden they come. So it's like facts, like they putting fucking PLEs at the same time.
well, AEW had this day
Uh-oh.
for a long time. They've been talking about this All In July 12th for a really long time. So I don't know. E will you think it's WWE? They throwing shots. They trying to hurt AEW, or they trying to take some food off their table. What's up, E will?
I don't know. They wanted to be one company again, and we know how fun it was when it was like that. So that's all I see, man. It's a little
No,
bit of
but do you
hate.
see? Are they
It
book?
is,
Are they doing the same dates? Are they doing it on purpose?
yeah, I think so. It's kind of like every time Nas was dropping a project for a while, Jay Z would drop something on the same day. All of a sudden, it's the same thing,
I
But
mean,
it just gives legitimacy to AEW. That's all.
yeah. Sometimes you try to find out who's dropping, so you don't drop that date, so you can make sure you get that number one billboard. You know what I'm saying, Shaheen?
You gotta do it. You gotta do it, man.
Hey man, it's healthy competition, man. I don't see anything wrong with it.
I think it's one-sided competition as far as like the business side goes. The wrestlers are going to talk shit to each other because they hang out with each other outside of work. You know what I'm saying? They all live in Tampa or wherever else. So the talent don't give a shit. It's just the business aspect. And when you run a corporation, you want to be number one. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you're a
Hey
well,
50
Tony,
you're
AEW
a
Tony
is a
said
50
corporation
it
too
won't be
now.
the
you're
same
you're
outcome.
you're a 50-year-old company trying to compete with a 7-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So it's different.
What you said, Ari, it won't be the same outcome.
Tony, he answered that question. He sounds like a mad scientist when he speaks. The answers are
Under the
Mhm.
very
combo.
yeah, the answers are very long-winded, a little weird, but he hinted at it. He was like, "Yo, this is not going to be the same outcome as the past." So, he's big up in his brand. He's like, "Yo, we here. We're not backing down. We don't care if they put it on the same date. Like, we know what our level can do, our
Like
competition level. So I
they
like
they
it. It's
make it. They
competition.
making money. They taking a piece of the
Yeah,
pie. You know what I'm
yeah, it's
saying?
competition. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I like it. Guys, what's your thoughts on it?
Man, it's crazy that they doing this, but I think that AEW succeeds when they really present themselves as the alternative. I think over the past, few years, there's been a lot of instances where AEW has tried to be like the one-to-one you know, the Pepsi to the Coke, and like you can't be Pepsi to Coke. Like you're not established enough to do that. Be Dr. Pepper. Like do that.
I like
And
Dr. Pepper.
I like Dr. Pepper too. And
23 flavors.
when AEW has good pay-per-views, like they remind us again and again how they can be the Dr. Pepper. I think they just really got to tighten up their week to week programming, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine, you know. So and this is the thing too. It's like, yeah, WWE is announcing all this counter program and all that, blah 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 blah, and it happens over and over and over. But like, if I'm invested in the matches and I'm invested in what's going to happen, and you guys are giving me these long, consistent storylines or giving me something to engage with, I'm gonna be tapping into the thing that makes more sense. So like, I don't care if there's a Great American Bash going on that evening. If I want to see Mox and Hangman, and like you guys have established that to me, so they just got to keep doing what they're doing and not really worried about what WWE got going on, because WWE is going to be going on regardless.
Yeah.
AEW that they're actually still doing pay-per-views and not really lined up with the streaming service as far as like being able to
Oh,
pay.
so you can't watch an AEW pay per view on HBO Max or whatever.
Bro,
No, not
no.
yet.
It was
No,
$49.99.
Not yet. You gotta pay that
Uh,
money, or Fire Stick. Like
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
Bro, shout out to my girl Mel. She hooked me up with a link. So
uh,
yeah.
Y'all
I
wilding
we're
right
media.
now.
We're media. We can check the links out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see AEW, and it's no shots at them at all. I'm just talking about for prosperity. I want to see them, come into the new age of aligning heavily with a streaming service and making it more, making it easier for people to see
Yeah,
to see their product. I think they're putting on
like Tubi.
Tubi put on the
I
Super
love
Bowl.
Tubi.
Tubi played the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Nah, I'm not.
Yeah,
Fox owns Tubi. Like Tubi's a big
I
thing.
think it
You
would be
got you
good.
got Evolution over there, WWE Evolution.
Well, no, you talking Fox on it. That's WWE territory.
They do.
You know.
Well, I mean, they got partnerships with it, but I think HBO Max, like if they could figure out a way to, to I mean they play Dynamite and Collision on Max, so they should be able to figure out a way to do these
Yeah, they're
pay-per-views.
exclusive.
But it's almost like it goes on cable first and then they get it, right? Or you could simultaneously watch
You
it.
can simultaneously watch it.
It's not exclusively on Max though,
No. It's not
right?
exclusively. You
Yeah.
could watch it on TBS as well when it airs. But I
Yeah.
just think that they got to figure out like the pay-per-view model, um, other than boxing, for wrestling is I don't know. I don't know, but you know,
Can you pull up their numbers? See how the pay per views do?
we can pull it. I can pull it up.
Because if they do well, why change the model?
True.
That's true. Let me pull up the numbers
Don't
right now.
I don't know. I just think they do well as is. You know.
They could definitely track it and see how many pay-per-view buys they got.
I mean, I'm not trying to see Griselda on the mainstream. It's not going to be the same. I like Griselda the way they are. Same thing with AEW.
Well,
The
Fort Worth
fans like
Griselda.
the fans like the way they are. It's just it is.
Well,
Like they don't mind paying. You go to the movie theaters, you can watch the pay per views. Like it's all types of different types of deals you could do with them. You know,
they didn't get the numbers yet for Double or Nothing, but they said that last year, 2023, they did 140,000 buys, and 2024 they did 133,000 buys. So
not bad.
not bad. We'll see. Um, NXT Battleground last night. I think everybody was really enamored with the match with Stephanie Valkyr defending the title against Jordan Grace. She won with a spiral tap off the top rope. Ari, what do you think of that match?
That was my match of the night for NXT. That is, thought it was really dope.
Ah,
Think
real?
Jordan Grace got off. Jordan Grace
Wait,
got off.
you saying that's the match of the night for you
Nah,
For
for NXT,
NXT.
yeah, that was a dope match.
for Battleground?
Yeah, that was a dope match. I like the trick joint
This,
too, but I gotta give
not
you gotta,
even the SoCal the California Joan. Like
hey,
that was
that
the crazy. Do you see
she
the
has some
fucking?
good spots. Yeah, she has some good spots. But
That shit
yo,
was
yo,
crazy.
to do a suplex off the top rope into a jackhammer, like that's crazy. It's crazy,
Yeah, but
bro.
like that for me, their chemistry wasn't there. Like there was a lot of like the
You don't think
vibe, the
so?
chemistry. Yeah, there was a lot of like mishaps and misholds. You know what I'm saying? I could kind of like at
Nah,
least
I think they was definitely
two.
going at it like back and forth. But I think with Soul, I think her and Kalani, I think they're similar. That's why that chemistry is there. Like they
That
wrestle
shit was
similar.
that
It's
shit
like a
was
mirror. It's
fire.
like a mirror match. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I just think Stephanie she's the standard. You know what I'm saying? So like to beat her, you really
Oh,
got to
she's
do
legend. I just
really got to do
felt
a
yeah,
lot.
I felt
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah. But I thought it was dope,
I
man.
just felt their chemistry was there. For
But
me.
I enjoyed it.
yo,
I ain't
to
gonna lie. I
beat the
enjoyed Stephanie
Juggernaut,
and
like that's
Jordan.
crazy.
I didn't I didn't know who was gonna win. To be honest with you, like they was going back and forth. I didn't know if this was, Jordan's Grace time to win. I guess Stephanie gonna she got the belt on the chokehold now. Like she didn't beat Jordan. There's no more Julia there. There's no more Roxanne Perez. Who do you think is gonna be the next contender for the belt? Spiff, is it gonna be who you
It's
think's the
Parker,
next
man. Come
contender?
on, man.
Miss Park, but she beat her
Yeah,
already.
yeah. I think they set Parker up for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Man.
But Valkyrie's dope too. Like that, that she got like unique moves. You know what I'm saying? It's dope shit from the
She
crash.
need to start the
Yeah.
LWO, Spiff. That need to be the leader of the LWO right
Nah, I don't
there.
want that shit.
Yeah.
That shit gonna be washed. They
Ah,
gotta do what I told you. They gotta do a whole new revamp. It gotta be cool. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
she's cool, man. Her and Penta right there. That starts
No,
it off,
she's
man.
cool, but that means that she gotta. That means they gotta let everybody else go. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm fine with that.
you don't want to put nobody in no faction in there, man.
Yeah.
That's like almost like for the way they send you to just be like a backstage vignette guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Draft coming up
Um.
soon, man.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I hope they put some NXT people in the draft too. Any more thoughts on Stephanie and Jordan Grace? You will, yes, yeah, y'all digging it? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
That's probably my favorite
Yeah.
match out of all of them.
Stephanie and Jordan.
Yeah. Oh
Talk
yeah.
about it. Talk
Stephanie and
about it.
Jordan.
Break it down, he will.
Hey,
Oh no, I'm just a big fan of both of those ladies, and they bring it every time. Um, Jordan, since she's joined WWE, she's been getting a little bit of flack in the internet community about how she's working, and uh, I think Stephanie is the perfect antagonist, and for years to come, that they're gonna have a nice rivalry
Hmm.
on NXT and the main roster. So it's a good way
Yeah.
to push the women's division forward, if that makes sense.
I
You know what I
feel I
mean?
feel like
so
Jordan is losing a little bit too much to me. I mean, I know this is a championship match. You could lose a championship match, but I think she's when she was coming into the ring. I mean, coming into NXT, I was expecting to see like a China like dominance. You know what I'm saying? Not comparing her to China, but I thought she was just gonna be ragdolling, these ladies. But NXT they got a really tough women's division. But I thought Jordan would be just a little bit more successful than what
I,
she
I think
is.
I think with her a little bit because I watched her matches since she joined. She done dropped a couple people on their necks and heads.
Hmm.
Like she ain't the safest to work with,
Okay.
as from what it appears to be. So I think
Fact.
that's probably why they ain't put the rocket on her back like that.
she looked better to me when she was in TNA. Like she was like more brolic, like more. You know what I'm saying? She kind of got slimmer.
I think like she's acclimating, like changing to fit the WWE mode, I guess a little bit more. Because I think maybe if she was a little bit more brolic, they probably would have tried to make her China and just be a manager, possibly.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Damn, China won the belt.
Yeah,
China was the
China won
I
champ.
don't
the
know.
damn
China at like the way things should have been. She should have been the greatest wrestler, female wrestler of all time. You know what I mean? But again, they didn't know what to do with her, so they just had her managing most of the time. You know
No,
what I
man.
mean?
China was
And to me, that
managing
was a
when
No,
she
but
waste.
first
after she
started.
passed the
She
management
was
stage, she
wrestling.
was like main
She
eventing.
was fighting men. She won the Intercontinental
Yeah.
Championship, and they didn't have a manager
She was.
most of it. She was
That was the
managing
first time
originally.
that they
Uh,
had, they had the intergender rate almost wrestling shit in WWE. They don't really
I'm
do
talking
that.
about amongst the women's
Yeah.
division when they had the divas and stuff. She wasn't fitting that mold, so
Yeah,
she
but
had to be a
couldn't
manager.
couldn't nobody challenge China and back in those days, like in the women's division, because it was divas. You know what I'm saying? She was a monster. Like you don't want to
Yes.
put
And
Yeah.
Kelly
that's my
against
point.
China. You know what I'm saying?
That's why Jordan Grace shrunk to fit the mold,
Nah,
so
but
she could be a
it's
little bit
heavy
more
hitters
believable
and
than
it's heavy hitters in the women's division now. You know what I'm saying? So she could
she's
still
like
be built.
she's still big,
Yeah.
but she's not as big as she was before.
Yeah.
And I think that's due to them wanting to see her more wrestle than anything. Like if she would have been that big, the TNA, I don't see
Rhea, Bianca,
maybe.
Jade, Naya. Like you got heavy hitters in
Dewdrop.
the minus dude drop.
But then you also you name the people on the
Yo,
main roster. What's their
Pigeon
history?
can
What's
go.
their record with people going from NXT to the main roster? You gotta
Good.
equate that too. So
What you mean?
we
Lyra, Oscar, like what you mean?
Yeah, Rhea,
and I watch
Bianca.
Lyra come out every week to no response from the crowd. So what
What?
I'm saying
She's
is
even.
Jordan is good enough to where her Stephanie can run
Not you're
NXT.
not
I
watching,
just
E
hope
Will. You're not
that when
watching,
she
baby.
transfers to the
Lyra
I
and
just hope
Becky is
that when
cooking right now.
she
You don't think so?
Lyra and Becky, yes, they are cooking. They are cooking. But what I'm saying
See, this is what
as
happens when
far
you
as
only watch
for
clips of WWE. You will.
Watching off
reverse,
Instagram.
reverse Uno.
I
Nah,
guess
This
even
nigga
but
said she
E,
gets
I
no
see what you're
response
saying,
when
though.
when she comes out.
I see what you're saying, though. But like even like Jada
listen,
Parker, man, like I like Jada Parker versus a Jordan Grace, even as Jordan had on more of the muscle like she did previously. You know what I'm saying? I think NXT is dope. Like for the women, man. Like for the women too. Like she could have kept on that muscle, man.
I just think with Jordan, she needs to work a little safer. That's it.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's why
she out here
they're not
wrestling
putting
like
the
Ultimate
rocket on her
Warrior.
back.
Nia Jax improved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Improved.
yeah.
they had to put
Improved.
Nia in timeout for a couple of times too. You know,
Yeah.
got to get right.
The
Oh yeah.
NXT Men's Championship over Femi. Speaking of dominance, over man. He fought Miles Bourne. I think they doing I think they did a great job of building up Miles and telling his story. Like, the guy is partially deaf. He's very hard of hearing. He has a speech
Baby
impediment.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton.
Right. Looks like
Man,
Randy,
he looks
bro.
so much like Randy
Mm-hmm.
in the ring. Like he looks
Yeah.
so much like him. Like the
Yeah.
because I mean his basically the most offense he had against Oba was doing them drop kicks. But man, it took me.
Oba reminds me of the one dude from the Black Panther,
Oh
the other
yeah,
tribe, the big guy.
What was his
Mbaka.
name?
Mbaka.
Yeah,
Baka.
that's where he
Yeah,
took. That's where he took his drip from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this guy Miles Bond. He even did the Randy Orton snap power
Power
slam
slam.
on Oba. I was like, man, he had a good, he did standing moonsault stuff that we don't see Randy do. Like he does have some high flying things that we don't see Randy do, especially now. But at the end of the day, He tried that standing moonsault, overcaught him, turned it into a choke slam. He was the winner in a pretty dominant fashion. Gats, what do you think about this ascension of Miles? I was about to call him Miles Orton, of Miles Bourne. How can he break out of this?
Nigga Miles Orton, you heard?
Eh, you know, eh, I kind of like. I mean, he's cool, but I I don't really have. I don't have a connection with him yet. There's not something in his in ring style that really sits with me where I'm like, oh yeah, like I could rock with this. He just
He's the
seems.
first deaf wrestler, man.
Eh, I mean, like that's cool. That's cool. Like that. That he is that. Like shout out to him for overcoming adversity and all that. But it just doesn't. There's nothing in his in ring style that makes you go, yeah, I gotta watch the next Miles Bourne match. I think he had a decent showing against Ova, and like that's cool. But I don't know where he goes from this. Um, so yeah, well, I guess we're gonna see.
What you think?
He bagged Stephanie, man. So to me, he's on top of the world right now. You know, once you do that, he's on top of the world. But it's funny, man. Just seeing Oba walk out to the ring, I'm like, yo, this dude is not losing. Like his little strut that he does out to the ring, like I'm like, damn, he's not losing this match. So um, I don't think it's anyone in NXT that can really beat Oba. So I'm interested to see when they're actually going to move him up because he's too dominant, man. He's too. I don't. It's not many people on the main roster that might could beat Oba, honestly speaking. So I'm very impressed with him. I definitely agree with Gats though. It's not anything that really stands out with Miles yet, but I think that's depending on who he fights in the match. So I would like to see him in a feud with Javon Evans, and I think those would be. I think that would be a great feud that brings out the best in both of them. So
E well, who do
Man,
you?
I feel like
Go ahead.
WWE bought TNA, yo.
They did.
you said buck them.
Like bought, like they own it.
Oh, okay, okay,
They
okay.
do.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
They got a partnership with them.
I know they got a partnership, but they don't got no. It's not like they bought like how they bought AAA. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still. I'm just saying because it's just crazy to have a WWE superstar that's fucking representing a TNA champion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy.
Well,
I think it
if he
brings
goes to the
brings more
brand and
reach.
actually defends the belt, I think that helps out TNA. You know what I'm saying? Like get
Yeah, no,
more
it does. But I'm
views.
just
So
saying it's crazy for like for WWE to have a WWE superstar that is an NXT champion. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm a fucking TNA
TNA
champion.
champ. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we saw the
Let's
guy
talk about
yesterday
it.
who's going to take it off of him.
Bring it on, E will. Go ahead.
We saw Santana.
oh
You
no,
know what I'm
no, it's gonna be
saying?
good. Like that's like I'm happy for Santana getting that WWE look. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
now they're gonna go now. Santana will be on NXT, but it's just like it's just it's different times. Like, that's crazy.
It's probably like the same partnership they had with Evolve, and a couple other companies in
But
Europe.
don't they own Evolve?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That
they
was
own
part of
that
the
joint.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe
So
That's
Hendry about to
crazy
get a
how Evolve
contract,
became
man.
the new.
He about to get a
Right,
yeah,
right.
Oh no,
WWE
I was
yeah.
gonna
He's
contract.
going
say
up to
that.
WWE. Yep, my guy.
Let's say let's spell it out for the people who may not have been
Yep.
tuned in. Joe Henry lost his TNA championship
That
to
was
Trick
bad, bro.
Williams last night. Pretty decent match. I love that Trick trolls Joe Hendry every chance that he get. They actually troll each other, but I like that.
But like, it's
He's
the
in the
first
ring
time
making
in
fun of him.
history, first time in history of fucking another promotion's belt was won by a WWE superstar. It's just crazy.
What does that say
Crazy.
about
Talk about it.
Trick? What does that say about Trick, Ewo?
It says that they believe in him, at least on the NXT level, and I appreciate that.
The NXT level.
Nah, I think
No,
I think I agree with you, but I feel like you know what? I'm not even gonna say it because I don't want to get too deep into it. But I definitely feel that that black champions on NXT go up to the main roster and die. Um,
Damn.
you know, you look at all of them. Look at that have done anything of some type of significance on
Meow, meow,
NXT.
meow, meow, meow.
You look at Keith Lee. You look
Yeah.
at Ricochet. You look at what's going on with Carmelo Hayes.
They never
uh,
captured gold, huh? In the main roster.
You look at Swerve.
Well, look, he
So
will say, come to AEW, we'll make you champion. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know, like
Hey,
Trick been what the not the North American champion, 2-time NXT champion. Now he's a TNA World Champion. He gonna go up to the main roster and die. Like look at what Carmelo got going on right now. They teamed him with the fucking Miz.
Chill,
You
Carmelo Hayes
know,
got the
stay.
Andre the Giant pendant.
hey, Gats.
they never
Mm.
have.
One thing I will say though, with the names that you mentioned, like I like Carmelo, but you know Carmelo is very small. So like to put him in the main event, I think Trick has the size. He's about 6'4". He has tons of charisma. The man come out, he could rap.
Shawn Michaels was small.
But
Rey Mysterio was small.
we met Carmelo.
Daniel
Carmelo's
Bryan was
smaller.
small.
He's smaller than Shawn Michaels though.
Carmelo,
Carmelo's smaller than them.
Man,
Carmelo doesn't have the
Adam
charisma.
Cole was small.
Carmelo
And
Adam
doesn't
and
Cole
have
you
the
was
You saw
small.
what
charisma.
happened
and
to
you
If
see
Adam
what
Adam
happened
Cole
to
would have
Cole.
Adam
stayed,
Cole.
if Adam
You see what happened to
Adam
Adam
Cole would have
Cole.
stayed, if Adam Cole would have stayed, he would be a 2-time world champion right now.
No, they wanted to make him a one-time fucking manager and
He
shave his
cut
Nah,
head.
his hair.
I think
I don't
Trick
think
has more. I think Trick
Carmelo
has
hasn't
more
shown
charisma
the
than Carmelo,
personality
man.
as of yet.
Yeah,
He
I
has
think Trick
the
has
entrance. Trick's entrance alone is gonna get him over.
Tricks.
I don't think none of those guys have the personality, to be honest with you.
Mm.
You
Hey,
know,
what I'll say also, we
Street Profits got the personality. So I mean, it did
Street
take them a
Profits
long
got it.
time to win the belt, but they multi-time tag team champions.
Montez got the to be fucking champion. He's, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
Yeah, but remember, man, we met Trick and like, you know, to quote Lex Luger, like that's a total package right there, man. So like, I think he got it. Oba, we see it with Oba, like when he comes up to the main roster. So that's two
yeah,
black men right there that could be main event champions on the main
we'll see
roster.
what happens if it's gonna be play out the same way as Gat said. You know what I'm saying? What's legend right now is that my screen had Ari and E Will, and it looked like their face was merged together, and it's
That's like
uh,
the John Cena poster
it's like
right
the
there.
John Cena poster right now. I got a
Yeah.
fitted hat and a non-fitted hat. Weird. Man, over, man. We'll see, Gat. We'll see what happens, and if it goes into we can do a whole podcast on the history of black champions in the WWE and what happens after they get
oh,
called up.
we know what happens when they win the belt. We hear Brock Lesnar music, and
I don't think we're gonna
the
see
match,
Brock Lesnar
the
for a while.
the match lasts about 30 seconds.
Now,
So
I don't think we're gonna hear Brock Lesnar for a while, but
no,
just to bring it back all the way now with Joe Hendry, let's talk about Joe, the former champion. With him losing the title, does this mean that we'll see him on the main roster like damn near like any day, maybe during the draft or
I hope
maybe even
so.
as
Yeah,
early as Monday?
I hope so.
nah. I'm
Nah.
I'm I'm predicting because he's still under contract with TNA. I'm predicting he's gonna go back to TNA. The roster's gonna look at him crazy for losing. He's gonna end up in a loser leave town match, and then I think that's when he'll sign with WWE.
Do they have a loser in these town matches? Does that exist?
I don't know, but I quit
That's how you.
something.
That's how you book
They
it. I like it.
that's they gonna get him out of here,
They
man.
got the whole locker room. They should have a vignette where they're all like, "Damn, how y'all lose the belt to them? You
Like
gave
he,
our belt to
hey,
that side." Like,
they start the show off. He walking into the arena with his suitcase, and all the rosters just standing there, and they just turn their back on
But damn,
I
it ain't
mean,
no
yeah,
shame in losing to Trick Williams, man. All right, what you think?
No, I'm talking storyline wise to get him to the Fed.
To the
To the Fed.
feds. Lord have mercy.
To the
All right,
feds.
what you
God
think,
Oh yeah, the
Cash?
damn.
Federation. I'm sorry. And my shout out to my Instagram group, Dudes with Twos. We call WWE the Fed in there. The Federation. So the
the
Fed.
Fed, the Fed. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh shit.
He will. Nah, I think I think Joe is eventually gonna come to WWE. I think that's a given, man.
Yeah.
Big Pops
Yeah.
with the Royal
That
Rumble, Big Pops with WrestleMania. The wrestlers themselves, they speak highly of him. So I definitely think that's his next step. But I think they'll get the belt back from Trick at
he
some
didn't have. He
point.
didn't have to. He didn't have to drop the belt to go to WWE since they're already like,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but that's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
like that
I think the
situation.
belt will come back to TNA. I don't think he loses the belt to go to WWE. I just think it was a good look for Trick to win the
Yeah,
No,
belt.
no,
I
no,
think that was
no,
dope.
no.
What, you didn't like that he won the belt?
super.
Who?
E. E.
Trick.
You didn't like that
Oh no,
Trick won the
that's
belt?
fine with me. I like that he won the belt.
Oh, oh,
I didn't say that. Who said that?
Nah, Trick,
oh.
Trick,
You
I'm
thought you
trick
said
I'm
that. You had
triggered.
cut out.
I've
Yeah.
never said a word. I've never said a word.
I think Trick would be a dope TNA champion, and I would like to see him, go back and forth. Like if they gonna do Worlds Collide, I know they're doing with the Mexican Federation, but shoot, bring TNA to Worlds Collide
Have they?
too.
They haven't done that yet, like a TNA versus NXT.
Not yet, but I mean, hey,
Not yet.
Worlds
They should do
Collide,
that for Survivor Series.
that would be ill too. We
Yeah.
see the
Is
hard
it
Yeah,
is
world
it
Survivor
fighter.
Series.
confirmed that
With
Javon
life.
Evans is gonna be on that card? Is that confirmed?
Worlds Collide, yeah, he's on the poster, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
So's
dope.
Rey
That's dope.
Mysterio.
Yeah, well,
What's
we
up,
know Ray
Smith?
ain't
Ray
fighting,
gonna
but
be there? What's up?
Javon got fight.
I mean, they're promoting him. I mean, I know he's not going to be in the wrestling. I
I
don't
was
think
about to
he's
say
going to
he's
be
gonna be an
clear for
ambassador.
medical.
Okay.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
gonna be
he's
an
not he's
ambassador.
not clear to wrestle yet.
Okay.
He's still recovering. So he'll
Hmm.
probably be there as an ambassador because I've seen him doing. He could do appearances and stuff like that. He did an appearance like for the San Diego soccer team and stuff like that. But
He gonna
yeah, he'll
hit.
be
He gonna
there.
hit somebody
Yeah.
with the chair shot.
Yo, Spiff, question.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know the answer to this, but what the hell does Rey Mysterio do with all these masks, bro? Like, cause I don't see him
he's got
wearing
he's
like the
got.
same ones.
He, no, Ray's legend for that. Like you won't ever see him wear maybe like a because there's different versions of his mask. He's got ones he wrestles in, and then he's got
Yeah,
ones that they're called elegante, like more extravagant, like for interviews and backstage vignettes. So
right,
those are those real shiny ones you'll see, and
right.
they have a zip in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The other ones I'll have a pullover where it's snug, but he has a whole. I went to his crib in San Diego. He has a whole guest house that is just his
Mask?
mask and costumes.
Wow,
Damn, that's
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 Yeah,
fire.
crazy.
just
fire.
masks and costumes. I,
That's
I told him, yo,
That's fire.
I said I need a mask from every era. I need an ECW. I need a
That's crazy.
WCW. I already got a couple WWE joints. You know what I'm saying? But there, his crib in Vegas, he just did like a crazy ass closet and shit, and he's gonna have all his like key pieces there. But he has every mask like Hayashi. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
Hayashi
Hey,
and Busio
how
makes
much.
masks
How much do you think he spent in his career just on masks?
on gear. I mean, if like I think him and Hayashi got an agreement, you know what I'm saying? I think Hayashi does inform, like, but like Bucio is like one of the number one mask makers and made everybody's masks in Mexico, and he, I mean, like it's not expensive. I mean, it's maybe like 150 a mask. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, it does add up your ring gear and buying all that shit. But
Damn, that's
yeah,
what they charging
you
at
know
the
what I mean?
WWE shop, man. They charging about 150 for the
Crazy
mask on
word.
WWE shop. Yeah.
Oh nah, I get you. I get you like
Nah.
the real fabric and stitching. Well, it's Mexico. It's like a
Damn.
thousand pesos,
A shot.
thousand
That's
five hundred
crazy.
pesos. Yeah.
A shot down here in GA on Buford Highway where all the Hispanic, the Mexican restaurants, the flea markets.
Yeah.
Go to the flea market and get a mask for $10, and them joints be flaming.
Yeah, even the ones
They be
here
fire.
in Texas at the flea markets. Yeah, them
Yeah, but
motherfuckers.
that you could tell the different
Right.
qualities in the mask and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah,
But
they
Like
know what they're
the
talking about.
if you ever want to make one that fits you, just get your neck size and the
the crown.
circumference from around your head, and we have Bucio do it.
Uh-huh. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Hey, but I do see, especially since he hurt, I can see Ray being a commissioner
Yeah, he's
at
yeah,
Triple A.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Something
That's
like
what I'm
that.
thinking. It's looking like he's gonna be like the main guy. You know what I'm saying? Or like like running the show.
Booking matches.
Yeah,
That's gonna give them WWE some more
we'll see.
legitimacy in Mexico too.
We'll see. Because remember,
So
Conan has been the booker for AAA for
yeah,
years. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He does all
yeah.
the storyline and all the booking, and I think it's Josh. What's his name? Starts with a B. Him and Conan are the ones gonna be doing Josh Borash. I think his name is.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeremy Borash.
Jeremy, there you go. Jeremy Borash and
Uh,
Conan are the guys that are gonna
okay,
be doing the booking and story stuff. Because Conan's been doing it legendary since, so it's not like, why are you gonna mess up the formula? You know what I mean?
Well,
exactly.
before
Yeah,
before
I'm
we
gonna see. I'm gonna see Conan on the first next
okay.
week.
We
He'll be
gonna
in Orlando.
But before we close out and before we get away from the mask, man, Spiff, Saturday night's main event. We didn't get a chance to talk to you about it, but
Yeah, man, I was hyped about it, but I was mad that they didn't get a good tight shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was like a
Right.
far shot. You're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
the mask came out. I posted the mask like so you can see a good close up of it. You know what I mean?
What
It's
goes in? What goes? How does that happen? Like Damien calls you, and what
well,
goes into it?
I was working on a mask for Dom, which I finished too. That he just hasn't worn it yet. But Damien wanted a mask, and I was like, yo, I want to do. It's based on this it's called the Vigigante. It's like in Puerto Rico, it's like a Mayan mask, like the Aztecs and all that. But it's like the Puerto Rico culture of this mask that's like got the horns and stuff like that. So that's what I based it off of, and just added, that Hollywood twist. It's made of silicone. It's got like fucking acrylic teeth. The teeth are like hard. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just back and forth. Did the concept art. He liked it. Then from there went on to making the mask.
How long took you to make something like that from, just
I
conception to?
mean, yeah, we could crank it out fast. I mean, look, the Andre the Giant pendant that I did for SmackDown, we did that in 7 days.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, good time. I think that one took, a little longer because the guy who sculpts the mask, he was tied up doing he works on a lot of other movies and shit like that. But
okay,
like 2 weeks, tops
okay.
to get it done. I'm working on some other colors and variations of the mask for him. He had his I guess the hairstylist girl had put like she tied braids onto the mask too, so like his
okay.
braids and shit. So I'm waiting to see if they have some good high res pics to post. But yeah,
Hey, the U.S.
pretty,
champion
pretty
need a mask too, man. Spanish culture, and I know she does a lot. She wear a lot of like
yeah,
anime type stuff, but that might be a good look. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Selena
yeah, yeah, for
Vega.
sure. I know he was gonna. he was gonna wear it for Mania, but everybody was coming out in masks. I guess Triple H was like, "Yo, too many people with masks." You know, Finn came
Mm.
out with a mask. Dom came out with a mask. Rhea had like some type of mask on. You know what I'm saying?
Jacob,
Are they allowed to walk
Yeah,
down to the
Fatu had a
ring?
Mm-hmm.
mask. So.
Are they allowed to walk down to the ring with the mask? 'Cause I see a lot of
Yeah,
them
if they
drop
want
it.
to. Yeah,
You
I
see,
guess
it's not
maybe
just
because they
Damien.
want
It's
to,
like,
you know.
yeah, I think Fatu did it too.
Yeah,
Like a
but
lot of them
I
will
think it's
drop it.
more. I think it's more. I think it's more as that they want to, put the shine on their face. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You know, I mean, maybe he pulled it off too soon. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted, for Mania they wanted to focus on Slayer. They're like, you don't have a mask on, and then Slayer. No, we want the money shot in your face with this guy playing the guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Mm.
yo, Andrade's mask to me is fire.
Oh yeah, yeah, his mask
I
is
always
dope.
wanted to see him wrestle in that.
I
Like,
don't think that mask is a wrestlable. Like it's more of
it's
an
probably
entrance
not.
mask. It's more of an entrance mask.
Yeah,
It's real hard. It's like super thick too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
yeah.
that mask is fire. That's almost that mask like inspired from like
Black Mass,
what's that character?
Batman, Black
Black Mass
Mass,
Yeah,
from
from
Batman.
Harley Quinn, right?
Black
Yeah.
Mass, Black Mass
No,
from
Yeah, Black
Batman.
Hmm.
yeah,
Mass.
yeah,
Black
yeah. From
Mass.
like the
Yeah.
Harley Quinn movie. What's his name? Ian McGregor had that. He
Yeah,
was that
yeah, Black
character. I don't think
Mass.
he used the mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey man, salute to you, Spiff,
Yeah,
man.
appreciate it, bro.
Nah, that's really
Just getting
Working.
dope.
these little WWE looks in. I mean,
So,
I'm mad that Ray got in. It sucked because Ray.
yeah.
We had a crazy outfit for Mania, but we'll save it. I guess maybe in the next PLE when he comes back.
Nah,
It's
you
crazy.
know what's gonna be crazy? That Survivor Series in San Diego. I know Ray gonna
Maybe
be
he
back.
come out using that Joan. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know he gonna get a
We
big.
got a crazy.
He
We got
gonna
a
get
crazy
big.
one.
He gonna get a big match for Survivor Series. So before we leave, fellas, one thing that we didn't do is just have a quick reflection on the Usos. Saturday, May 24th was the 15th anniversary of Jimmy and Jay's first ever match. We'll just go around quick through the panel and just talk about what do you see as the legacy of Jimmy and Jay, the Uso brothers, starting with Spiff.
I mean, I don't. I think I was off of wrestling, not watching it when they debuted. You know what I'm saying? But I've watched the footage of their debut. Wasn't their cousin was with them too, right?
I
Tamina.
mean,
Yep.
Tamina was with them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's legacy. You know what I'm saying? Their father Rikishi. You know what I'm saying? That uncle fucking Umaga. You know what I'm saying? That whole family's you know legendary in the history of the Samoans and all that. They're the official. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's see. Their kids. They starting their legacy, and you know what I mean.
Nick, what you
You
think?
see, Jason is always he love wrestling, so he definitely gonna be
He
in
gonna
that
be.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Nick, what you think?
Yeah, man, it's like full circle seeing them. Like Spiff says, was I actively watching during that period? No, at least every day. Um, man, I was in high school during that point, so I would catch it when I could. But just once I did get back into it as an adult, once I got settled, yeah, and just seeing them come up, yeah, and just
I mean, they've been there for so long. You
right.
know what I'm saying? You can't
I
even
grew
see
up with
them.
them,
Yeah,
right?
you
Yeah,
can't
it's like
even
I
see
grew
them.
up with you guys, so
You
to
can't
see
even
him
see them, and then
now, so it's great, bro. It's awesome.
Guess.
man, I've been a long time Usos fan. I think they got a great legacy. They constantly reinvented themselves while still being true. I never felt like any one of their gimmicks was too out of line from what they were. Um, and it's crazy. You know, when you have brothers, in this case twins, trying to make them their own people. In the last 6, 7 years, they've really grown as individuals. And I'm happy to see their ascent.
and
The
their
one
little
big thing,
brother, too. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like you got that.
that's a beautiful thing. I want to see some more with Big Jim. With this year, I think that he's at least and do in line for a U.S. title run. I think that'd be well deserved because he can promo with Jay, he can ring work with Jay. Like he's at the same level in a lot of ways that Jay is. So um, yeah, man, I'm happy to see him continue on and you know see him for a few more years.
It's crazy too. I mean, there's a lot that are in the indies right now too, like Jacob's brother. You know what I'm saying? Like the cousin. You got fucking. Uh,
Yeah, Journey,
yeah, you got. And then,
Fatu.
it's like
And don't forget WWE got they signed Hikaleo and who else they signed?
Lance and
Zilla. You know what
Lloyd,
I'm saying?
right?
It's
Yeah,
coming.
Lance and Lloyd.
Lance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lance and the Wire. So it's a lot more of them in the pipeline.
yeah.
yeah. It's
Um
just seeing where they fit in. You know what I mean?
yeah, my legacy with the Usos, man. I got to see them at Florida Championship Wrestling. And to see where they started from there to where they are now is just the evolution, is just growth. For a while, I thought New Day was a better tag team. Eh. They got when Vince split them up and put Big E on his own show. I think that's when the Usos took the lead as the best tag team in WWE. And I'm just looking forward to see how they keep growing, man.
They,
That's
they
it,
got
man.
they got the best story, man. Like, Umaga telling them like, yeah, quit this fucking delivery service job and go to fucking Houston and come fucking train. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Like Booker
dropped
T
that.
trained him.
Yeah,
They they
they dropped everything and went to fucking Houston, no money, thugging it, and went to go train at Reality of Wrestling, right? Like,
Yep. Yep.
and I think Jay's the first world heavyweight champion of Reality Wrestling that graduated from that school. He's the
Think
first
so.
That's
champion.
crazy.
Yeah.
Very dope.
Crazy.
Mr. Ari.
Yeah, man. If they're not the best tag team, they're definitely one of them. I think everybody can have their favorites, from the Steiners to Harlem Heat to Legion of Doom to the Hardy Boys. But to me, Usos are, if not the best, they're probably second. They're right up there, and I think my best rivalry that they had was with New Day, who's another top five tag team. So my favorite match from them would definitely be Hell in a Cell with the New Day. I think that was just incredible. Just the chemistry that they all had, and it's just fun to
Yeah.
see their growth. You know what I mean? Coming from having face paint to Jay being a heavyweight champion, and
And
you know,
not only face paint, not to cut you off, but they used
yeah.
to come in doing the whole thing. You
Oh,
know
the
what I'm
tribal
saying? The
joint.
the
Yeah,
Samoan
yeah.
the Samoan
Correct,
yeah, they
correct.
used to come out doing the tribal shit.
Yeah, so their growth is crazy, man. I'm excited to see what's next for Jimmy. I hope they. I would love to see them give him like a little show, like a Miz TV type of vibe, because is he's just funny, man. He's a funny guy. So it's like, I think that would be a good look
Yeah.
for him, kind of to build off of. I don't like seeing him as like the class clown type thing. I don't like that role, that R Truth role that they have him in right now. So hopefully he reinvents himself a little bit, man. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what's next with him.
A Ari though.
Yeah,
I was thinking about two. My
this for
two
you,
favorite
E.
moments with the
Show Giants.
Usos.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. My two favorite moments with the Usos aren't necessarily wrestling moments. It was just them showcasing their personalities. And it would have been the first one, the rap battle against New Day.
crazy.
I loved it. It was entertaining. And the second was when in the middle of Kofi Mania
Mhm.
and they quit so they can, get Kofi the shot. That was
Yeah, they
probably
they
my
they
two favorite
forfeited.
moments about the
Yeah, they forfeited so they
the
could get it. That was
so
dope.
and
That was dope.
those are my two favorite moments from them guys. So
Yeah, Kofi Mania was real, by the way. That was crazy. Kofi Mania was a real thing,
yeah,
man.
It was emotional. I mean, I just love the way they both. evolved, as Ari was saying earlier. I definitely got to give him the goats as far as the tag team, just for just as long as the longevity that they had, the impact. I think they have done an incredible job of not just representing Samoan culture and their family in the most pristine manner, but they always rep for hip hop culture too. So, that's especially near and dear to my heart. I think during the whole Bloodline saga, obviously Roman was the catalyst for it, but those guys was the MVPs to me because a lot of times Roman be in and out. Like when he does his hiatus, they was always there holding it down, not with just the promos, but they workhorses. Them guys is always fighting. They would have singles matches, they would have tag team matches every single week. They have the record for the longest tag team reign. And even now with them in singles competition, you look at it, they showing up. Like, if Jim is not injured as part of a storyline or, a legitimate injury, he's there every week.
Yeah.
Jay Uso is defending the title, having promos. He's wrestling every single week. So those dudes, obviously wrestling is in their blood. They love it, but they're reliable. You know what I'm saying? And at a certain point, they got into their little troubles outside the ring, but they cleaned all of that up. We it could have easily been like uh, a cautionary tale with those guys, but they cleaned everything up. They're doing everything right. I think they're leaders in the locker room, from what I'm hearing, and I just love to see the ascent that they've been in it for 15 years. And look, they still going even higher. Like they still ain't no telling how high Jey Uso could go. He got the belt. Ain't no telling how high Jim could go. Jim, he could easily be a champion in a year or so. You never know. So I just love what they're doing. They're a big part of WWE now, and really proud to see them grow as individuals and as a family. So big up to both Jimmy and Jay Uso. We appreciate y'all brothers, man, and we appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. The Memorial Day edition the Rap on Wrestling podcast. Yo, E, it looked like the sun is coming out here in Georgia, so
Yep.
we might have to check out a barbecue or something like that. But we got Monday Night Raw coming tonight. We'll see what's gonna be the fallout from Bronson Reed joining up with Seth, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. I can't wait to hear that explanation. CM Punk and Sami Zayn gonna want to get some of their get back. Gunther gonna be on there talking a bunch of ish because he has that title match coming in a couple of weeks. After Money in the Bank. It's interesting that Gunther has the title match after Money in the Bank. So John Cena and Logan Paul, they're gonna fight Cody and Jay Uso. So will that match soften up pause Jay a little bit when he has to
Hey,
fight Gunther?
yo,
So see, we're
gotta
gonna
chill, my
see.
boy. You gotta chill. You gotta chill.
You know, see.
We're gonna see, man. So Gats,
You know what I'm
Gats, thank you,
saying?
brother, for joining in with us back to back episodes.
Absolutely.
We
It
appreciate
was a
you.
pleasure.
Nah, we appreciate you, man. What's music wise, what can the people get from you coming up?
Yeah, man. Just working on this album. We actually just got the masters in, so I'm turning it in tomorrow. I gotta get on the phone with my dog Salim, get that get that all submitted. But yeah, we just put out a song with Reason a month or two ago. Bronco, I put out another joint with Chase some Money last month or at the beginning of this month. We got a remix coming, and then yeah, album should be out in July, sometime in July. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
We're gonna have you coming back, man, more often, not just album time, but when we start getting into our debates, our real greatest tag team of all time and all of that. We definitely have you coming back. And He will need
Please do.
he will need a tag team partner, man. He said we triple teaming him and all of that. So we gonna see you back soon.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
dope.
jumping there a little bit.
It's dope. Your album is coming out around the same time as All In. So right.
Yeah.
It actually is. Yeah, I'm we we kind of got a date, so we're gonna see how that goes. I gotta get a sample cleared real quick, but outside of that, yeah, July is gonna be the time, So
Let's do it,
we're here to
Go
man.
talk
time.
about it.
Let's do it.
Hmm.
Everybody,
Wish you well, my brother.
yes,
Thank you,
man.
thank you.
Everybody out there, enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. My brothers, we appreciate you, Nick, Spiff, E. Will, Ari. This is Shaheem Reed, the Rap on Wrestling podcast, and I'm
Hey,
in.
don't forget that Air Force Negras.
Yeah.
That's
Drop.
out there too. That's out there too. Listen,
Salute,
man, I'm proud of
salute.
my team, man. We
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, órale, ese. You know what? Yeah, I hit solo. I said, yo, your comedy shit is fucking good. Keep that vibes. It's showing more your character, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get it, y'all.
let's get it. Peace.